Just wait for a few minutes. I have to. A very good morning to everyone. Good morning, Supriya ma'am. Students, I'm back with the Science 2 chapter, that is heredity and variation. In the previous chapter, in the previous lecture, we had studied about RNA molecule, types of RNA molecule, and difference between DNA and RNA. Supriya ma'am, is my voice audible? Is my voice? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So these were the topic that we studied in the previous lecture. Now let's see what topics we are going to study today. So the topics that will be studied in today's lecture is Mendel's pea plant experiment, first filial generation, second filial generation, monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. So without wasting time, let's start. Now here is one question arising that if the mother has gray eyes and the father has brown eyes, what will be the color of the eyes of their child? So here I'm asking you all a question that the parents are having different characteristics. The mother is having gray eyes, the father is having brown eyes. And now what will be the color of the progeny, eye color of the progeny? So the answer to this question was being given by our biologist, that is Mendel, Johann Gregor Mendel. And the answer that we found is in this Mendelian genetics. So Mendel was basically an Austrian monk. He conducted mark studies in a small 115 by 20 garden of monastery. Monastery is nothing but a small church. He performed thousands of crosses. So approximately I can say his experiment lasted for about 8 to 10 years. He kept meticulously accurate records that included quantitative analysis. Experiment carried out by Gregor Mendel was he formulated the principle of inheritance by carrying out experiment with garden peas. Peas you all know, मटर का पौधा जो होता है, that is being called garden pea. So Gregor Mendel used garden pea for his experiment. The reason for choosing the garden pea was they were easy to grow. They produced new generation quickly. Peas had easily distinguishable characteristics, were also able to strictly control the breeding pattern of his pea. The main reason why Gregor Mendel used green pea was green pea has a lifespan of 3 months. A fully pea plant has a lifespan of about 3 months. So he was able to conduct more on the pea plant so that more and more pea plants were produced and more can say their characteristic, their traits for studying. Why used pea plant? On the other hand, if he had used mango tree, definitely it would have taken a wanted to study each and every trait of a pea plant. Pea plant was also, having characteristic which are very much similar to human being. Human being में क्या क्या characteristic होते हैं? Tall होते हैं, short होते हैं. Okay, and there are other characteristics also. So Mendel was able to study the characteristics that are being seen in the human with the help of these pea plant. So genetic material, what he found was genetic material is transferred in equal quantity from parents to progeny. Mendel carried out research in this direction and put forth principles of heredity responsible for such inheritance. All of the Mendel's experiments were based upon visible characteristic of the pea plant. Now see what were the visible characteristics that Mendel saw. Mendel examined the following 7 characteristics found in the pea plant. Flower color, purple or white. Flower position, axial or terminal. So, see, the first characteristic is flower ka color. Flower ka color can be color. Flower ka position, seed color also. The color of the seed can be yellow. The color of the seed can be green. Seed shape, rounded and wrinkled. So seed can be rounded in shape and seed can be wrinkled also. Pod shape, inflated or constricted. Here it is inflated and here it is constricted. So you can see in the diagram what is the pod shape. Pod color, green or yellow. So pod color is the color of the pea. Similarly, the last trait he examined was stem height. That is, stem height was also one of the characteristics of the pea plant. So basically, these were the 7 traits on which Mendel worked. Now, when Mendel formulated the law of inheritance, he actually was able to give 3 more laws. The first one is called as law of dominance. Second one is called as law of segregation. And the third one is the law of independent assortment. Now here we can see if pea plant are having some distinct characteristic, even humans are having a certain distinct characteristic. So here we can see 2 traits. One is called as a dominant and the other one is called as recessive. First character that is being seen in human. So we like color types of variety, size can characters curly hair and the recessive one is the straight hair. If we see about cheekbone, dominant is dimple cheek and normal one are the recessive one. The other characteristic that is being seen in human is hand. Dominant character that is seen in human is right-handed people and the recessive is left-handed. You can see dominant traits are being seen the most in human and recessive are seen as the least. Definitely dominant and traits go hand in hand. बट हम लोग जो हिंदी में कहावत बोलते हैं, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, वो यहाँ पे भी हम लोग को देखने मिल रहा है. सो व्हाटएवर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक वो ह्यूमन हैं वो सबसे ज्यादा आपको वो दिखाई पड़ेंगे. यू कैन सी राइट हैंडेड पीपल आर in larger number as compared to the left-handed people. The other characteristic that is being seen is rolling of tongue. Okay, Dominant is a roller and recessive is a non-roller. RH factor, in dominant it is RH positive and in recessive it is RH negative. PTC taster, we can say dominant is having taster and recessive is going to have non-taster. What about color of skin? Skin pigmentation, if you talk about, dominant will be normal and recessive will be albino. Okay, so these are the traits that will be found in human. And on the other hand, the traits that will be found in the plants, especially the pea plant, will be seen like this. If you see seed shape, the dominant will have rounded shape, the recessive will have wrinkled shape. Seed ka color, the dominant seed will have yellow seed color and the recessive will be found as green colored seed. Flower ka color, dominant will be purple and the recessive will be white. If you speak about pod shape will be inflated and here it is going to be constricted. Speaking about pod color, here will be yellow and here will be green. Last but not the least is the flower position and stem height. So flower position, you can see in axial, along the axis, the flowers are being, there. And along terminal, you can say at the end only, you can see the flowers. Stem height, definitely dominant is tall and the recessive is going to be a dwarf one. You can also say a short one. So these are 7 distinct characteristics that Mendel worked upon. Now, what was his experiment? We will see. In every one of his experiments, Mendel was very careful and he had detailed his collection of data. How he controlled his experiment and how he prevented certain plant from breeding. So basically what he did was, he did a few things. That is, in the first generation of pea plant that were true breeding for a particular trait were being transferred to as a parent generation or pea generation. So whatever breeding he is doing between the two plants, they are of true breed, and that is going to be called as a parent generation. The resulting offspring produced from the crossing different varieties of plant from pea generation produce first filial or F1 generation. So parents will produce their offspring that would be called as the first filial or F1 generation. See, these are the terminologies we will be requiring in the next slide. So I'm taking it. Then comes what about the F2 generation? Okay, offspring will again cross. How? We will see now. When the F1 generation was allowed to self-fertilize, the trait that disappeared in the F1 reappeared in 1 out of the 4 times in F2. In other words, the resulting offspring consistently produced a ratio of 3:1. There is a small pic over here, see. So when both of them are crossing, we get the first offspring that is the first filial generation as purple only. So you can see in the first generation only the dominant characteristic is appearing. Now when this first filial generation or F1 generation is again crossed with self-fertilization, you get second filial generation as 3 purple flowers and 1 white flower. So you can say the trait that was being missed in the first filial generation, the same trait is appearing in the second filial generation. फर्स्ट फिलियल जनरेशन में जो व्हाइट फ्लावर गायब हो गया था, वो सेकेंड जनरेशन में वही ट्रेट वापस रीअपियर हो गया है. So he say in the F2 generation the ratio is always 3:1. मतलब 3 dominant character होने वाले हैं and white वाला जो होने वाला है recessive, that will be appearing as 1. So this was, an inference made by Gregor Mendel. Now here we'll see another example that Gregor Mendel did. What he did was, he took that pea plant. The dominant one is the tall one, and the recessive one is the short one, that is dwarf one. He crossed both of them. He got an offspring over here. Now offspring, both the offsprings are tall. So you can see in the first filial generation, the dwarf characteristic is missing, the recessive characteristic is missing. But the moment these two they are being crossed again, we get the second filial generation. So in the second filial generation, you can see there are 3 tall plants and there is 1 dwarf over here. So the characteristic that was being missed in the first filial generation, it appeared in the second filial generation with the help of that dwarf characteristic. So again, you can see the ratio comes out to be 3:1. 3 dominant characters are there and 1 recessive character is going to be there, which is always going to be appearing in the second filial generation. Now we will see monohybrid cross. What is monohybrid cross? We'll see. The cross with only 1 pair of contrasting characters is called as a monohybrid cross. In this experiment, let us consider the characteristic plant height with a pair of contrasting character, tall plant and a dwarf plant. मोनोहाइब्रिड कैरेक्टरिस्टिक वो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है जहां पे क्रॉस कर रहे हैं पी प्लांट का, बट उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक कैसे होने चाहिए? कॉन्ट्रास्टिंग होने चाहिए. मतलब अगर एक टॉल है तो दूसरा क्या होना चाहिए? शॉर्ट होना चाहिए. Now, here we are going to see a few terms before we proceed. The first one is called as a homozygous. Homozygous is when both alleles of a genotype are same. Either both are dominant, that is, or both are recessive. And the second one is called as heterozygous. That is, one allele is recessive. So these are basically the symbols that we will be requiring in our future slides. So homozygous मतलब वो characteristic जो same रहेंगे, definitely the dominant one. Okay, अगर recessive रहे तो दोनों में भी वही characteristic होंगे. And heterozygous में क्या होने वाला है? Dominant और recessive दोनों होने वाला है. The next concept that is coming over here is called as a phenotype and genotype. A genotype is a genetic makeup of an individual expressed in the letter. And a phenotype is a physical appearance of an individual determined by his or her genotype. So phenotype matlab kya? Black, brown, short, tall. And what is genotype? Genotype is nothing but the genetic, what genes that particular trait will come out. So that is nothing but genotype. Now here we will see Mendel's experiment of monohybrid cross. We'll see it in detail. We have a parental generation. Okay. So phenotype मतलब physical appearance. Physical appearance कैसा है? एक parent क्या है? Tall है. दूसरा parent क्या है? Short है या फिर dwarf है. And what is the genetic makeup? The genetic makeup for tall is denoted by two capital T's. And since the other one is shorter one, so we show that genotype as two small lettered T. So what will happen is when the gametes meet, the tall wala parent will give its one trait, that is capital T. The short parent gives one trait, that is small t. And when both of them are being, combining, they form a new progeny, which is given by T and T. Now see, you should pay attention here. Whenever there is capital letter appearing, this capital letter is always for the dominant parent. कैपिटल लेटर किस चीज के लिए? जो डोमिनेंट पेरेंट है उसके लिए है. एंड इफ इट ऑल द कैपिटल लेटर appears in the progeny or offspring, you say it is always going to be having that trait. So यहाँ पे कैपिटल T आ गया with the small t, definitely उसके traits कैसे होने वाले हैं? tall होने वाले हैं. So the resulting offspring or the first filial generation will be tall. ये कितने भी अगर उनकी संतानें हो गई तो भी वो क्या होने वाली है? सारे tall ही होने वाले हैं. So you can see in the first filial generation the dwarf characteristic is missing. Okay, so this is how you are explaining phenotype and genotype. I hope you all understood. So we move on to the next slide here. Now in the Mendel's experiment, what he did was he took parental generation with two striking characteristics. So here we are having a capital T and small t, and the second wala parent is also having capital T and small t. Now what if they are being crossed? What would happen to the second filial generation? Second filial generation may we are being crossing with the same type of, whatever parent are there. So if it is TT, this is again going to be capital T, small t. So the results that were obtained were like this. If you all don't know, I can show it how to write this Punnet's square. This square is called as a Punnett square. So the male gamete and female gamete we are writing. You can write a male gamete over here. You can write a female gamete over here. T plus T becomes TT. Small t plus T becomes capital T, small t. Okay. Then we say capital T into small t, we get capital T, small t. And again, if you say small t plus small t, we get two small t's. So what inference can be made in this? You always know, कहीं भी capital T आया तो वो progeny क्या होने वाली है? वो सारे progenies will be having dominant character of that one parent. So these three would be having characteristic of tall parent. So these three are going to be tall offsprings. But the moment you can see over here, there is one short also. So we have a short offspring over here, which is appearing in the second filial generation. So you can say the Mendel experiment ka inference would be the ratio of 3:1. So this was basically Mendel's experiment of monohybrid cross. Now, with the help of monohybrid cross, Mendel was able to give a law which is called as a law of dominance. In a cross of parents that are pure from contrasting trait, only one form of the trait will appear in the next generation. Offspring that are hybrid from a trait will have only dominant trait in the phenotype. So in the explanation also we saw that only dominant trait will be visible in the offspring. And in the second filial generation, the recessive characteristic of the other parent will appear. So here in this experiment, we saw the results of the genotype were 3 T's, and this is going to be one smaller TT. Okay, so the ratio becomes 3:1. The result of the monohybrid cross was he crossed tall pea plant with dwarf pea plant and observed how the traits are transmitted in the progeny and calculated the percentage of tallness and dwarfness in subsequent generation. When pure breeding tall plant was crossed with the pure breeding dwarf pea plant, all the plants were tall in the first filial generation. When such an F1 tall pea plant was allowed to self-pollinate, both the tall and dwarf plant were appearing in the second filial generation. Now we will see Mendel's experiment on dihybrid cross. Mendel brought about a cross between pea plants producing rounded and yellow colored seeds. A pea plant with wrinkled and green colored seed. In this cross, two pairs of contrasting characters were considered: color of the seed and shape of the seed. Hence, it is being called as a dihybrid cross. Di मतलब दो. अब मेंडल ने क्या किया, दो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक लिए पेरेंट के और अब उनको क्रॉस करने की कोशिश की, और अब क्या रिजल्ट निकलेगा वो हम लोग देखने की कोशिश करेंगे. Now see here we can see a parental generation. How is the physical appearance? You can see rounded yellow, and the next parent is having wrinkled green. Okay. Now what would happen? Genetic makeup, I can write it as capital RR for rounded, capital YY for yellow seed. Why capital? Because these two characteristics are going to be dominant. This is the reason why we are writing them in the capital form. In the wrinkled green seed, you can see we are writing small RR for wrinkled and small YY for green seed. Okay. So what is happening is the gametes are meeting. So when the gametes of the parent, the dominant parent, here we will get capital R and capital Y as one trait, and here we will get small r and small y as other. So when both the gametes meet, you get an offspring as capital R, capital Y, and small y. Let me tell you all, as I said earlier, that whenever the capital letter appears, it is always going to give me the characteristic of the dominant parent. Capital R stands for rounded. Capital Y stands for yellow. So you can say the resulting offspring would be rounded yellow colored seed. So this is how Mendel's experiment of dihybrid cross is being done. So the results that we'll be getting from the second filial generation, we will now see them. So here we can say in the phenotype, definitely we had round yellow colored seed, and the other parent would have round yellow seed. See, second filial generation is always cross between the same parent. So you know it, yellow rounded seed. In the previous slide only we saw what is the yellow rounded colored seed. उसका genotype क्या होने वाला है वो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे ही देखा हुआ था. It is always denoted by this. So the same notation we will carry forward in the next slide also. So you can see over here how it is being taken: capital R, capital Y, small y. The other parent will be having the same genotype. So the possibilities the gametes will be having is given in the next step. So these are the possible gametes that will be there. The same thing we can explain it with the help of Punnett's diagram. What I am doing is I am taking one of the parent over here and one of the other parent over here. Similarly, we are crossing RY into RY. I can say RRYY. Capital R, small y combines with capital R, capital Y. We get capital RR, capital Y, small y. So this is how the diagram you can make, that is Punnett's diagram. It is just a possibility how the offspring will be, born. So in the diagram, you can see itself that there are more yellow colored seed. There are only 3 green rounded seed, and there is 1 wrinkled seed. So we say Mendel made an inference from this experiment. He said that in the phenotypic ratio, rounded yellow were 9, wrinkled yellow were 3, rounded green were 3, and wrinkled green is 1. So this was the inference that was being made in the Mendel's experiment of dihybrid cross. Now, in the genotypic ratio, the things will be definitely different. In the genotypic ratio, you can see we have wrote genotypes over here. Pure dominant will be 1 and pure recessive will be 1. And in the middle, you can see we will have red, rounded yellow with different ratios. So we had 2 inferences. That is, the first one was phenotypic ratio, and here we are having genotypic ratio. So Mendel was able to give another law with the help of dihybrid cross. That law is called as a law of independent assortment. The name implies that the trait will be mixed independently of each other. The independent assortment hypothesis assumes that the inheritance of the trait is separate from the other. The inheritance of one is random with regards to the other. So in the dihybrid cross, we were able to see that the traits are mixing themselves, okay, in the first filial, in the second filial generation, okay? So this is how the independent assortment law is being proved with the help of dihybrid cross. The data that was being collected from the dihybrid cross is as follows. Round yellow seeds, X wrinkled green seed. X मतलब यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने क्या किया है, क्रॉस किया है किसको, राउंड येलो सीड्स को wrinkled green seeds के साथ. So in the first filial generation, we saw all the seeds were round yellow. But in the second filial generation, 315 were rounded. Yellow seeds were 101 wrinkled. Yellow seeds were 108 round. Green seeds were 32 green and also there. So this was the data that was being collected with the dihybrid cross. The next part that is coming over here is distinguish between monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. The very first difference that we will see in monohybrid inheritance is inheritance of single allele pair. Single allele pair हम लोगों ने example लिया था purple और white flower का. सिर्फ एक ही कैरेक्टरिस्टिक था, इसकी वजह से इसको मोनो बोला. मोनो मतलब सिंगल. ओके, सो two parents were being taken which are having distinct, clear, distinct characteristic. But in dihybrid cross, inheritance pattern of two pairs of characters during dihybrid cross. So in the dihybrid cross, we took two peas. One was rounded yellow and the other one was wrinkled green. Defined in Mendel's first law. कौन सा लॉ प्रूव किया है उन्होंने? फर्स्ट लॉ मेंडल का प्रूव किया. डिफाइंड इन मेंडल्स सेकेंड लॉ. phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is 3:1, which you all know. The second filial generation was having the ratio of 3:1. In dihybrid cross, the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation is 9:3:3:1. Genotypic ratio of F2 generation is 1:2:1, whereas genotypic ratio of F2 generation in dihybrid cross is 1:2:2:4:2:1:2:1. Used to study the pattern of inheritance during the first and second generation of offspring, and in dihybrid cross, it is used to study the inheritance pattern of dominant and recessive characters for two different traits. So these are the basically two differences between monohybrid cross and a dihybrid cross. Now here are some interesting facts about Mendel and inheritance. Mendel's work was rejected by his fellow scientists while he was alive. It wasn't until later his work was discovered, rediscovered, and confirmed through further experimentation. Mendel was a monk and performed his experiment in a monastery garden. His experimentation largely ended when he was promoted to abbot. Okay. Mendel also ran experiment with honeybees, but found them much more difficult to experiment with. The idea that an offspring receives one unit of inheritance from each parent is called as the theory of segregation. So आपने देखा होगा मोनोहाइब्रिड में कैसे होता है, एक एक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक हर एक पेरेंट से वो ऑफस्प्रिंग को मिलता है, and that theory is nothing but called as the theory of segregation. Gregor Mendel, he was the one who studied this law of inheritance for a span of 9 years. He actually studied on 29,000 pea plants. His initial work was done on mice, but definitely it was very tedious. So he decided to work with pea plants. So these are some interesting facts about Mendel and his inheritance. So students, we will now do a quick recap of the things that we studied today. We saw that Mendel studied inheritance with the help of monohybrid and dihybrid cross. He was an Austrian monk, and definitely he did his studies in a monastery. He carried out experiment on pea plants. Why? Because pea plants are easily available, they are easy to grow, they have distinguishable characteristics that are similar to human beings, and also he would be able to control their breeding patterns. The 7 traits that Mendel studied were flower color, position, color of seed, seed shape, pod color, and stem height. Mendel gave us 3 laws, that is law of dominance, law of segregation, law of independent assortment. The 7 characteristics that were being studied by him are seen like this. Parents are of true breed, and that is being denoted by P generation or parent generation. The offspring that is being produced with the help of parent is called as the first filial generation or F1 generation. So in the next diagram, he took an example of purple flower and white flower of a pea plant. So we saw that in the first filial generation, all the flowers were purple. So only the dominant characteristic of one parent is appearing in the first filial generation. And in the second filial generation, you can see one recessive characteristic of the other parent is also appearing. So he said that the ratio is always 3:1 in the second generation. Then we studied about monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross matlab each parent will have only one contrasting characteristic. वो contrasting characteristic क्या है वो हम लोगों ने यहाँ पे टॉल और ड्वार्फ की मदद से पढ़ा हुआ था. तो का जेनोटाइप यहाँ पे टीटी और मल्टी स्मॉल दोनों ने क्या किया है एक एक अपना कैरेक्टरिस्टिक दिया जो कि ऑफस्प्रिंग में यहाँ पे आया है. Moment 1 till T comes, capital T मतलब क्या होने वाला है dominant character. So definitely we'll say the resulting offspring is all the offspring that will be born will be tall. Similarly, we saw that the second filial generation will have a ratio of 3:1. मतलब 3 tall होंगे और एक होने वाला है short. Yes, Hussein wants to say something. I'll give you time. Just wait, beta. Monohybrid cross give us a law of dominance. He studied dihybrid cross also. Dihybrid means the parents are having 2 distinct characteristics. We saw this with the help of this example. Okay, the resulting offspring definitely is rounded yellow. That is the dominant characteristic of the parent. We saw phenotypic ratio. We saw genotypic ratio. We saw independent assortment, which was being deduced with the help of dihybrid cross. We saw data that was being collected from the dihybrid cross. We saw distinguish between monohybrid cross and a dihybrid cross. We saw a few interesting facts about Mendel and inheritance. And the assignment work that is there for today is explain Mendel's monohybrid progeny with the help of a contrasting character, round and wrinkled, seed by Punnett square method. Punnett square method, we saw it over here. So actually you have to draw this diagram. You can take a screenshot of this and kindly do this. You have to just add them and write them, add them and write them. This is how the Punnett square is being written. The second assignment work that is there is explain Mendel's dihybrid ratio with the help of any one cross. Now comes the best part. We'll see question answer session. Will someone tell me what is monohybrid cross? Very good. Sakshi Moria. Sakshi Tiwari.
The cross with only one pair of contrasting characters is called monohybrid cross.
मोनोहाइब्रिड क्रॉस क्या होता है आपकी स्क्रीन? What is monohybrid cross?
Ma'am, the height of the
Only
plant
one pair of
and the
contrasting.
draw of plant.
Okay,
Sorry.
okay. How many characteristic? Mono मतलब क्या? Mono का meaning मतलब क्या होता है?
Single allele.
Only one pair of contrasting.
Mono मतलब single. Very good. Okay, only one, not pair. Only one characteristic. Okay, that is called as monohybrid cross. What example that we saw in monohybrid cross? एक पेरेंट कैसा था, दूसरा पेरेंट कैसा था?
First parent was tall and second was dwarf.
And you are already seeing a slide on the screen. Yes. Nitish, Naveen, you want to answer? Yes, Sakshi.
Ma'am, one
Sakshi
was
Moria,
tall
Sakshi Tiwari.
and one was
Miss?
tall.
Other one was short.
Dwarf.
Okay. अच्छा, उनकी progeny, the offspring कैसा था? How the offspring was? If one parent is tall and one is dwarf.
Miss, the offspring was tall only.
Very good. The first filial generation is tall. What is dihybrid cross? Will someone tell me? Nitish?
Ma'am, two pairs of contrasting characteristics were considered.
Very good. What were the two characteristics?
Shades and shape of.
And shape of
Very
seeds.
good. तो कैसे थे seeds? पहले parent का कैसा था seed? You can see it on the screen.
कलर का round और wrinkled कलर का green.
So how was the progeny or offspring?
Rounded yellow seeds.
Yellow seeds.
तो rounded yellow क्या था? कौन सा character था? Dominant था या recessive था?
Dominant.
Very good. So the first filial generation always will be dominant. What about second filial generation? कैसे दिख रही है? Second filial कैसे? हाँ.
Is dominant.
You can see a
three-
Punnett square. Very good. हाँ, बोलो,
9
बोलो.
round yellow and
हाँ,
3 was wrinkled
very
yellow.
good.
3 was green and
Very good. 3 were
wrinkled green.
yellow. 1 was purely recessive, wrinkled green. Very, very nice. Very nice. I'm very impressed. कोई एक डिफरेंस बता दो मोनोहाइब्रिड और डाईहाइब्रिड का. अब मैंने जानबूझ के वो स्लाइड नहीं दिखाऊंगी.
Mendel's first law was defined, and in dihybrid cross, Mendel's second law was defined. Hello?
ओके, और कुछ नहीं है. मोनो मतलब क्या? Only one.
Inheritance of a monohybrid single
And die
allele pair.
means two distinct characteristic.
Yes,
Okay, मोनो में हम लोग ने क्या किया था? Only tall and dwarf लिया था. And here it is rounded yellow, wrinkled
And
green. मतलब दो characteristic आ गए. Okay.
Ma'am, may I say another?
Hope you all enjoyed the lecture. Hope you all understood. That's the only thing. बहुत ही fun है. आप ये कर सकते से ही मैंने बता भी दिया है वो कैसे करना है. Supriya ma'am, shall we wind up?